Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here, and today we're going to talk about whether or not the devs have teased a new game mode to us right under our very noses, or is this just a prop from a live stream? So, Dead by Daylight recently held their Ask Me Anything event on Reddit, and one of the questions here, by the way, I made a video reading all of the questions that were answered on like almost hour-long video from that AMA. You can check that out if you want to hear the whole thing. I'll link it at the end. But just one of the specific questions has lingered with me since I read through all that, and I just want to explore that a little bit further here. So the question that was asked was, do you have plans on making generators more interesting by including gameplay variety when using them? This is a concept I heard about a while ago that really interested me, and I was wondering if you guys have considered something like this or have a plan to rework generators so they are just less focused on holding mouse 1. The way I see it, generators can become similar to how Among Us, the task system, works, which is far more interesting since each task completed in that game has some unique gameplay associated with it. So, Among Us is a game where you walk around the ship and you have to do these little tasks here. And I thought this was an interesting idea. They go into it a little more in depth than that, but that's the gist of their question here. I thought this was an interesting idea, but then the more I thought about it, I was thinking, how in the heck am I going to work on a generator and keep my eyes out for a stealth killer, for example, if I have to do one of these Among Us style games where I'm rewiring the thing, paying attention to which wire goes where as I get grabbed off of the gen. It just seems like the likelihood of me getting pulled off of a gen by a stealth killer increases tremendously if they introduce this kind of system with an Among Us game that pops up on the screen that I have to put all of my focus into. I mean, at least with skill checks, I have a noise, I can read chat, I have a noise, and then I can look over and hit the skill check, right? So holding mouse 1, yeah, it doesn't require all of my attention. I can look around and see what's going on too, right? So Dead by Daylight's answer to this question was, we are currently exploring different types of gameplay for the generators and how we would create something that feels fresh and interesting for the players. Here's a hint. We actually have something coming your way for a future event. We have other ideas currently in prototypes, and I would love to see those ideas come to life. This was Andre from the development team who answered that. And so it got me thinking, like, I know there have been these concepts way back about getting the generator started. Because as you know, right now, in-game, the game starts, you find a generator, you start working on a generator. There have been concepts that have been thrown around for years about a starter section of the game where you have to get parts before you can get the generator working. You have to go find the part, then put the part in, then you can work on the generator, those kind of things. Some people have also suggested gas cans. As you know, the entity gasses these generators up for us. They're ready to go. We just have to get them fixed and boom. Bob's your uncle, you know, they're ready to run. They have the fuel in them. But one thing that I noticed, and it was very curious to me over the last couple of live streams, is they have had this gas can sitting prominently on top of the prop generator that they've used. Now, to my knowledge, they haven't used this in the past. We've always had the generator. It's obviously not a real working generator. It's just a prop that's made to look like the generators in Dead by Daylight. We've never needed a gas can for them in the past. Is this gas can here to give us a hint behind the scenes that there is going to be a new game mode coming and it's going to be you have to gas up the gens before you can work on them? I don't know. Or it might just be a prop master who was in charge of set decoration that thought, I'm going to get a gas can and this is going to look good here on top of the generator. Even though we don't use gas cans in Dead by Daylight. Or do we? Will we? I don't know. So those are my thoughts. What do you think? What kind of changes would you like to see to generator play from both sides, killers and survivors? Do you think they're fine the way they are? Would you like more of a challenge as survivor? Would you like something to slow down the generators as killer? some kind of a setup mode where the gens need to be gassed up, or you need a part to fix it, those kind of things. What do you think about all this? Do you think this image in the background with the gas can means anything at all? Or is Paulie just off his rocker again with one of his crazy theories? Let's get you off to bed now, Grandpa. That's great. Let me know what you think about all this. I have found the prominence of the gas can to be very curious. I would much prefer just to see more of the generator, honestly. Just have the generator on a pedestal, see more of that as a focal point in the background. That's my personal preference. I love the gen. I think it's great. They have a full-size gen and a full-size locker in the studio as props. I think they're very cool items. I'm glad they have them. And yeah, I don't know. So what do you think? What do you think? Does this gas can mean anything? Obviously, they're working on something with generators. They've said so themselves in the Ask Me Anything. Could this be it? What do you think? Let me know everything you want to share with me about Among Us style mini games, all of that stuff. I'd love to hear what you think. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate the time you spend here with me on my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps the channel a ton. And don't forget to take care of each other in and out of the fog. And we'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life.